Good morning guys, and welcome to this edition of Hikelopedia. I'm happy this morning because I am back in the mountains, the high mountains. I'm currently around 3,000 meters altitude, and in a moment I'm heading over to climb a couple of Taiwan's tallest mountains, or Baiyue. There's 100 mountains in Taiwan that have been classified as the most beautiful or the most challenging or whatever. I'm going to be climbing two of the mountains. One of them you can see in the background just there. That's Hehuan North Peak, and then on the same trail there is Hehuan West Peak. But my plans have been foiled temporarily because, see behind me, there's a traffic jam. That's because the road is undergoing some works, and so they're closing the road for an hour and then letting the traffic through. So I'm stuck here for about an hour, but it's given me time to get everything ready. So when I get down to the car park by the trailhead, I'll be ready to go. So that's the current situation. Let's have a look at some of the scenery. Okay, ready. Let's go. A little bit of good news this morning as I just start the trail is we don't have to wear these anymore starting today. Yay! Super busy. So many people. I guess it's because it's an easily accessible bayou. I guess once we get past the North Peak, it'll probably be a bit quieter. I just love being in amongst the alpine vegetation. I mean, you've got juniper trees just here, reminds you of Nepal, and you've got rhododendron, and then you've got kind of like pine trees here. It's just it's like a whole new Taiwan compared to the stuff I was hiking last week, you know, kind of more like tropical vegetation and forest. It's so nice. It's also absolutely beautiful today. Not a cloud in sight. Well, right over there maybe. and get some lunch and a quick drink before heading on to the West Peak. Just came down there. I'm gonna go back up the other side. Ooh. You can see the peak there now, about 300 or 400 meters to go. It sucks that you never get to spend as much time on the summit as you like, because you put all the effort in to get there. You got these beautiful views, and usually you can only stay about 20-30 minutes to take it in. That's why you've got your camera though. Capture those memories so you can look at them again and again. Alright, gotta go now. See you down there. Okay guys, it's 6:30 p.m. I'm settled down for the night, and before I hit the hay, I'd just like to say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark. If you don't already know, Surfshark is a fast and easy to use VPN that lets you connect to the internet quickly and securely. I'm lucky enough to have a good connection in this camping spot, so I'm using Surfshark to connect to Netflix UK and watch a movie that I've been wanting to see for a while. It's not available on Netflix Taiwan, but with Surfshark you can choose which country to access from and unblock region-specific content. And for those of you who are itching to come to Taiwan to hike these beautiful mountains, once travel restarts, you can also use Surfshark to unlock lower airfares and hotel prices depending upon which region you book from. Surfshark's industry-leading encryption also helps to protect your identity and data when using public Wi-Fi networks. And the best thing is that one subscription allows you to install and run Surfshark on an unlimited number of devices. Enter the code Hikelopedia for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. Oh, and did I mention it's risk-free because there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. To get started, just click the link in the description below. Good night. It was a toss-up between porridge and spicy ramen for breakfast, and spicy ramen won. Oh. It's really good. All packed up, ready to go. Oh, coming back is brutal. I'm exhausted, but it's okay when you can sit down and look at this. back at the North Peak, and the weather's nice, but it's really windy, so I don't think my mini drone would be able to survive. Yesterday at the West Peak it was fine, there's no wind, but here it's like hurricane. It's really windy, so I'm not going to risk it. So I'm just going to head down to the radar reflection station now. Alright, so we're here at the old radar reflection panel. Obviously, well, not obviously, but from what I've read, it was used by the military many moons ago for, I don't know, reflecting radar. What do you want me to say?
Hả? Hi.
Hi now.
Nice day. Beautiful day.
对。Finished. Alright, I'm gonna do the hike info on the way back to the car. I got 200 meters. And it's uphill. How inconsiderate. Alright, so I just finished the Hehuan North and West Peaks. It's 6.7 kilometers out and 6.7 kilometers back, although there are variations if you want to carry on and end the trek at other places, but then you need to organize transport. Difficulty wise, it's not the hardest I've ever done, but it's quite challenging because you've got the altitude and there's quite a few undulating sections, very steep, not dangerous but steep, and the first 1.2k is an absolute killer if it's sunny. It's just basically 45 degrees up and up. It's quite tiring, but you can do it. Alright, now I camped overnight, although I'm not sure whether you're actually allowed to. So if I did something wrong, then I apologize. But I'm glad I did, because I got a late start, and if I didn't camp, those last 3-4 kilometers would not be much fun in the dark. Very steep and a bit treacherous, to say the least. Gosh, I didn't realize this was so steep yesterday. Alright, so yeah, I drove to the trailhead and parked at the 小风口停车场, but you can also park right at the trailhead, although there's not many spaces, so you probably need to get there early. Getting here took me about 3 hours from Hsinchu, so if you're coming from Taipei, it's probably 4 hours. So it's definitely a 2-day trip. You could maybe stay nearby and then start out very early and do it all in one day. That's probably the best strategy. And also public transport is available, because yesterday when I was waiting in the traffic jam for the roadworks, there was a bus coming to the park visitor centre, or HQ, I'm not sure what it's called, I'll put it on the screen. It's right by the trailhead, so you could definitely do it on public transport too, although it would obviously add quite a bit of time to your trip. Ah, thank God, the car park. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, because I'm exhausted. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget, give me a like, and you can always subscribe. And if you really like my content, you can hit the bell for notifications and catch my new videos every Saturday morning. And once again, thanks to everybody who bought me a coffee this week. You buy 3 or more coffees and I will get in touch with you and ask you if you want a patch. Beautiful embroidered Hikelopedia patch. So if you want one, check out the link to buy me a coffee down below. That's it for today, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you next week. Over and out. Oh, I did it too early, didn't I? Over and out. I just got back from central Taiwan, and I'm sorry I didn't have enough time to do some food today because I had to rush back, but I did want to quickly show you the haul of goodies I got from a farmer's market in the small town of Wushi, which is on the way back from central Taiwan. So first up, I got a beautiful fresh Gaoshan Gaoli Cai, or mountain cabbage. These are a big thing in Taiwan. They're usually very fresh and very tasty. So I got this, and the other thing I got was a couple of beautiful courgettes. Now, these things used to be really difficult to get in Taiwan, but now they actually grow them here. So they're quite plentiful in the supermarkets, and also when you go into the countryside you can find them for sale on the side of the road. The third one is a bit unusual, I thought. Anyway, these are Taiwan grown kiwi fruit. Now this must be a reasonably new thing, because before I went to Singapore I never saw kiwi fruit in Taiwan apart from the imported ones. But these ones, you notice they're quite small. These are actually grown in Taiwan now in the mountainous regions, and at first I wasn't that interested in buying them because they were small, but then the lady gave me one to taste and they are super sweet. So I bought Ijin, or 1 Taiwanese kilogram, for 130 Taiwan dollars. And these two products are a pretty interesting indicator of how agriculture in Taiwan adapts to people's tastes and food trends. And I think it's pretty cool that we have these things growing in Taiwan now. And then last but not least, I got some Xiaomi Jiu. This is another thing you will always find when you go into countryside or mountainous regions of Taiwan. It is a drink that traditionally the indigenous people of Taiwan would make, and they make it from millet, which is a kind of grain, and I love it. I always buy a bottle whenever I go into the mountains or into the countryside. This was 200. Now these things will go great in the pasta that I'm planning tonight, but overall I think it's a pretty good deal. Don't you agree?